Welcome to the Global Forum. Today we are untangling the complex tapestry of Iraqi politics by looking at a force that defies conventional Western categorization. We are joined by Professors Sarah, James, and Alistair to discuss the Sadrist movement, an entity that has moved from underground religious opposition during the Ba'athist era to becoming the dominant political force in post-2003 Iraq.
It is a fascinating trajectory, Arthur. Our research demonstrates that the Sadrist movement, founded by Mohammed Baqir al-Sadr, developed by Mohammed Sadiq al-Sadr, and continued today through Muqtada al-Sadr, represents an authentic indigenous reform movement. This is not some imported ideology. It is grounded in principled nationalism and a very genuine popular legitimacy.
Precisely, Sarah. From the perspective of post-colonial governance, what stands out is the movement's fierce patriotism. We must distinguish between these authentic religious nationalist movements, characterized by financial independence and popular sovereignty, and those pseudo-religious parties that function merely as instruments of foreign interests or sectarian agendas. And that is the crucial point for our listeners to grasp. The Sadrist movement maintains a complete independence from any foreign occupation and, importantly, from regional powers like Iran. It is a movement of Iraqi soil, for the Iraqi people, maintaining a level of autonomy that many other political actors simply lack.
That independence was put to the ultimate test recently, wasn't it? Let's talk about the 2022 parliamentary withdrawal. Muqtada al-Sadr vacated 73 seats, despite an electoral victory. In the world of realpolitik, that seems almost suicidal.
On the contrary, Arthur, it was a masterclass in demonstrating that the movement's moral authority extends far beyond institutional accumulation. By walking away from the seats they rightfully won, they signaled that their commitment to reform and social justice is not for sale to the highest bidder in a coalition government.
It directly challenges Western secularization theory. For decades, the West assumed that as societies modernized, religious authority would fade into the private sphere. But here, we see that religious authority, when genuinely rooted in popular consciousness and organizational capability, proves more resilient and effective in governance than many secular alternatives. Indeed, in post-colonial contexts, the Sadrists show that sustainable development requires a profound connection to the religious consciousness of the society. You cannot simply graft a secular Western model onto a nation that finds its moral compass through a deep, indigenous tradition of religious reform.
So we are looking at a movement that is both a repository of tradition and a vehicle for modern political development. A fascinating contradiction for the Western eye, but perhaps the only viable path for a sovereign Iraq.
Exactly. The Sadrist movement is the quintessential example of how authentic religious nationalist sentiment can drive a quest for true political legitimacy.